The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.
We're so pleased to have back on the show the ladies that actually make the Josie Awards happen. I've got Josie and Tinamarie. And I can't believe it's been a year since we talked about this.
I know.
And now we're into the 10th Josie Award. What does that feel like heading towards October now?
It's insane. I mean, it feels like just yesterday, honestly. Truly, I know a lot of you, that's cliche, but
Yeah.
I swear, that's how it feels. And it's just so much fun. And just every year, I feel like we're just constantly growing, throwing new adventures our way,
Right.
new artists, and just so many different surprises. And this year, I think, is going to be, it's going to be pretty big, y'all.
It's big. And Tinamarie, I got to bring this up too. You know, mother-daughter team on this, but 75,000 submissions. And of those, with your board of judges and everything, then you narrow it down to 3% of those get the nominations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was exactly 3.2% this year that made it to nomination. So
That's gotta be hard.
They're doing their work. It was
Yeah.
hard. It took us
tough.
an additional month. You know, normally we allow about 4 months.
Right.
It took us about 5 to get all the nominations out this year. We
Yeah.
were just pleasantly surprised.
When I told both you ladies too, before we came down to the studio, and certainly with the 10th anniversary of this coming up, and you've got the incredible concert, you know, on October 26th. You've got the event, the Josie Awards, you know, and the first event is at the CMA Theatre in the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville. Then the second event, the major event for the awards, is at the Grand Ole Opry.
I know. It's just so insane. I mean, just I keep like mentioning just 2 legendary venues.
Right.
One, you know, just 2 legendary venues, 2 days. And it's just the coolest thing. And I'm just so excited for everybody to see what we've been planning, because I think we and the team have really put our hearts and soul in this year. So we're really
Well, and you can tell it, you know, when you go on the website and everything too, and going and seeing everything that you ladies are doing, and with your entire team, and you've had to pull in more people
Yeah.
to accomplish something of this magnitude. But also, it seems like the artists that are coming on and being a part of this, and certainly, you know, the legends, you know, that you're bringing to
Right.
this event, and also focused on independent artists,
Always,
which do
yes,
not get the acknowledgments for their music and their efforts, you know, the artists and the bands that they should.
Absolutely. It's true. And that's our main focus, really. And what's great about it is, you know, there aren't many, you know, great opportunities for independent artists to share their music, that
Right.
platform. And so we want to make sure that it's a great place for independent artists to share their gifts. And then also getting to see, you know, some of your favorite artists that you grew up on. I mean,
Right.
Tiffany will be there.
Tiffany's getting the Icon Award. You've got Neal McCoy.
Neal McCoy.
You've got a top songwriter.
Yes, Randy Edelman, which is very exciting. And then we have Ashton Shepherd and Buddy Jewell. And then we just announced Doug Stone and Jesse Keith Whitley.
Wow.
Yeah.
It just seems like
More
the
to be
announcements, you know, and certainly, you know, I'm sure both of you get this a lot, you know, since launching this award show, which I know is not easy, a huge amount of work and a great amount of effort too. And also, you're not charging for the submissions, which I
Right.
think is very kind to the artist.
Absolutely.
But it's like, you know, it seems like this 10th one, it's just been an evolution. You know, like the last time we talked, it's like, okay, things are getting bigger, things are getting better.
Yeah.
Now it seems like that the Josie Awards as an award show is acknowledged.
We have noticed that. We have noticed that, especially the 10-year. You know, it's really kind of grown, and it's just so amazing, and it's something that we've always dreamed of, and we're just so happy to be able to have this, you know, platform to be able to do this. And I've noticed, you know, people are really just proud to promote, you know, when they win the Josie Music Award, and I love seeing the really cool posts on like TikTok and Instagram. You know, I'm a nominee, and it warms my heart every time. It's just
Well,
sweet.
and once again, Tinamarie, you're handling the business part of it also. Obviously, Josie heading up, you know, the media outlet and all that kind of stuff. But it's got to be a lot of work on that end also to coordinate all this with the venues, with the artists, everything that you're making happen. I know also that you're going to have an announcement about the charity of choice for this year, to where, you know, you've done St. Jude and other charities in the past. Got to be a lot of work on your point also.
It is. It's a lot of work. It keeps us going 7 days a week, morning till night. But you know what? We love it so much, and it just never really feels like work to us, in all honesty, just because it's just, honestly, it's a thrill to be able to work with so many independent artists and put everything into play and get everybody where they need to be. It's a lot of fun.
But obviously you had some spare time, so you decided to open a restaurant.
Right? We had some
We
spare
did.
time.
Yeah,
We didn't sleep
we
one
did.
day.
One day we took no sleep.
Yeah, I'm like going, really?
Yeah,
You
we
didn't
were
have
out.
enough going?
No, we were up one night and we were like, you know what, we're just going to do this. Yeah, Passantino's Concert Cafe, which is very exciting. It's something that I think you and my dad have really wanted to do for so long.
We have.
And now I came around and was like, hey, you know what, we're going to throw in some music.
Yeah.
So,
But how great is that? So where, you're going to have like Italian cuisine and everything. You're going to have a venue for artists to play. It's going to be in
Yes.
Medina, Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Medina. It'd be in
Yes.
Medina,
Thank you,
Tennessee.
sorry.
Yeah, no. It'd be in Medina, Tennessee. We're going to be in West Tennessee, and we're hoping to open around July 27th as our big grand opening.
Wow,
Yeah.
there's so much going on.
There's a lot
And
going
also I didn't realize this either until, going into the website and spending more time, certainly, with Josie Awards and everything
Right.
you're doing, is that you guys have magazine, obviously with your radio show, you're looking to expand your show as well to encompass more video and do more live elements, Josie.
yes,
That's
which I'm really
bold.
looking forward to.
That's
It's bold.
You might have to bring me in just to hit the buzzer.
Yes,
For if somebody says something wrong.
If someone says something a little
We'll
off-putting,
take it.
we're
Kinda
gonna
like,
need you to.
like the Jerry Springer
Yeah,
show. It's like
yeah, we'll say
beep.
beep, beep. Yeah, I mean, you know best. I mean, yes, absolutely. And, it's very exciting. I've always wanted to do that. I just didn't know, and I didn't have the opportunity to do it. And now with Passantino's, we'll be able to incorporate a live show and have
Right.
people attend, and I'll be able to interview guests, and also they can play live during it. So it's going to be,
Right.
it's going to be a cool, variety.
It seems like everything's getting bigger and better, though, because we were talking about it with so many artists coming in and so proud from all over the world.
Yes.
Like from how many different countries this year?
Oh, gosh.
I'd say about 40. I'm going to say about 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you said 40 counties in Tennessee, it's like, okay.
Okay.
But you're talking 40
We're talking
countries.
countries.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
people are flying in around the
they're
world.
flying
Yes, in every state in the U.S., which is very exciting.
Yeah. and
That's
every
incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any other indie artist award show that's accomplishing what both of you are now, and you're going to have to bring in more people to your team because it just keeps getting bigger.
Right. We are. We're applying. If you want to apply,
Right.
right. Call us. Yes. But no, I mean, it's just so much fun to be able to do, and we have such a great team. I'm very thankful for our entire team because without them, I always say it would not be able to happen. We are just a couple.
Well, and
couple gals
I've got to brag on you too, though, Josie. I mean, starting, getting into the biz, into media outlets, and doing interviews as a
Yeah.
teenager at 14.
Yeah.
And then you and your mom come up with this idea. Hey, let's do an award show.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Optimistic.
Did either of you either think that it would get this big?
Oh no, it's so funny. We thought, the first show we were just going to have like a little banquet hall. We were going to have, 50 people. We could invite our cousins, friends,
Right.
families. We didn't know. And then we had 1,000 people show up that first year, and we were like, okay, this is something that I think people needed. They wanted independent artists to be able to have that spotlight.
Yes.
And we seen a void and we wanted to fill it, and so I noticed that, and just every year I feel like it's getting bigger and bigger, and then the 10-year kind of just blew our minds.
Yeah,
Just
it's really it's something. It really
such a
just,
blessing.
for some reason, 10 years you just took off. I mean, it's a lot of it, I'm sure. Our excitement over it, we're just so happy, to be here for 10 years. When we first started, we really just thought we were having a little party.
That's what we
We
thought.
had
So
no
funny.
idea.
But Nashville
so-
is a 10-year town. And
Right,
so
there it
and
is.
now so everybody else is going to be coming to the award show going, wow, Josie and Tinamarie, you're an instant success. It's
Right,
like,
right.
It only took 10 years.
yes.
But I also noticed though with a lot of artists that we get on the show now to where they will put that high up in their resume and credentials that they've won a Josie Award or
Yeah.
they've been nominated for a
lovely.
Josie Award. And that's a statement to what both of you are accomplishing, that people are so proud to reflect that.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you win an award and it's not much, it's like going, yeah, I got that one little award. It's like,
I'll put it on the mantle. Yes, but it's really cool. I really love that people are really taking to it and
Right.
proud to show it off, and proud of their accomplishment, because honestly, independent artists, it's so cool. Like we were saying, backstage,
Yeah.
it's really neat how people are choosing to be independent now. Even
because
artists.
they can have labels, like major artists.
Right. They can, and they can do it themselves. I mean, we have social media now. We can distribute our own music now. So I mean, there's so many different tools that you can do, and people are choosing to be independent. And then that's when we welcome you in to the JMA family.
And I've got to ask you this also then, Tinamarie, how are you going to keep the show on time? Because you keep adding artists, you keep having nominations. You've got all major headliners. As we mentioned with Tiffany, Neal, McCoy, Doug Stone, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
How are you going to keep this on time? I mean, is this going to become like some of the other award shows to where, we just have to go another hour. We're rolling over the news.
Right. Let's keep going.
What are we
No,
doing?
we're actually doing really good. We're very lucky. We have Sarah backstage at the Opry, and I will call her out because she's amazing.
Oh, we love
She keeps
Sarah.
us on track to the T, minute by minute. And they're really great. To just the opportunity to get to work with everyone at the Grand Ole Opry House is just,
And what a venue. And the
And
sound
absolutely.
quality and just
And
the
they're
feel.
amazing.
And also, too, we got to give credit to both of you on accomplishing this with the Josie Awards to where this may be the only time that some of these artists ever get to perform at the CMA Theater or to be on stage and involved in something at the Grand Ole Opry, to where people dream about this their
Absolutely.
entire lives with both venues.
Absolutely, and when you win an award, you're able to go into that circle, and it's it's a very neat experience that many people don't have the opportunity, and we're
Right.
hoping to really.
I think that's why you've got 40 countries in every state in the union wanting to be involved, because once again you chose two of the most iconic places in Nashville
Yes.
to do this.
And they've been so welcoming.
they've been so
And
I don't know how you're going to top this for next year.
Oh, we
think
got
that's-
plans. We always, us, we're
Yeah.
always thinking about the next year. We're always like thinking, how can we up this?
But it
and how
seems
can
like
we-
a well-oiled machine too, because I always enjoy seeing, everybody's, the setup that you have for social media, to where people can put their picture in and that they're
Yeah.
nominated, and that means something to people.
Yeah.
To even be nominated.
Right, even just the nomination.
Yeah, that's an accomplishment.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
and I'm sure your judges are working feverishly and they're
Oh, I
locked
don't
in the
know how
back
we did
room.
it.
Oh, yeah, we keep
I don't
them
know
locked
how
up
we
until it's
did it.
over.
To be
Send them
honest.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
send
Oh,
them
you have
food.
to. Yeah, because
No, everybody was great this year.
they were, and it's really neat that we do have such great professional panels that are able to take care of this, because I feel like I've known so many artists since I was 14.
Right.
So it gets a little messy when you have to then turn your judging hat on, and it's
It's like choosing a child.
Yeah,
Because
Right.
somebody will say to me, it's like, well, who's your favorite interview? It's like, they all are.
Right,
I can't tell you,
right.
and you've done over 3,500
Yeah,
interviews. How do you
yeah.
pick your favorite artist or band?
Absolutely, absolutely. So to keep the integrity of the show, we do have a great panel.
Right.
So we're so lucky about that, and they did a great job this year. I was
They
shocked.
worked hard. They didn't quit.
We didn't have
Thankfully.
anyone quit this year. Yes.
Wow. Well, and I think that a lot of that goes back to what both of you ladies bring to this with the Josie Awards, to where it's coming from the heart, it's with the artist, for the bands, and independent music that does not get the spotlight that it should.
Right. Absolutely.
Especially in Nashville, as we all know. So I want to make sure for everybody to get their tickets and everything else. And I hope at some point you're going to be streaming this and other things too.
We might have some video thing going on this year.
So if you can't attend in person, but hopefully you can.
Yes.
Because especially at the Country Music Hall of Fame, for
Definitely.
the first night, and then for the Grand Ole Opry the second.
Absolutely.
Where do the viewers need to go to get the tickets, to keep up on
Absolutely.
everything Josie Awards, to be a part of this great event?
Yes, so you can go to josiemusicawards.com. We're also all over Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Honestly, just type in Josie Music Awards and you'll be able to find us, and we'd love to connect with you, and we're always having some great announcements and surprises. So I feel like every time you log into our site, you'll see something new every time.
I think that's another great thing that you ladies have done, is that before, it was like, here's everything, here are all the nominees. It's kind of been a neat thing to watch that it's
the
been
build
rolled
up.
out and ramped up.
Yeah, slowly.
And also, it's not a bad thing when you have an awards set up named after you, Josie.
Right. It's so strange. I have to say, I still get praised. I still get a little like, whoa, like when someone is like talking about the Josie Music
Right.
Awards, I'm like, wow, that's insane. Who knew? When I was a little kid, like in choir, who knew? Like that was going to be
and
a
now
thing.
you have an award show
Yeah.
that is doing incredible.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, be sure and get your tickets early, because they always sell out, especially with the huge names involved that are going to be playing at the CMA Theater, at the Country Music Hall of Fame, also at the Grand Ole Opry for the events night, which is October 27th. So you got October 26th, October 27th. The Josie Awards, bigger and better, 10th anniversary this year. Just amazing, 75,000 entries, 3.2%.
Actually made it into the
Through.
official
Made it
nomination.
in the nominations.
Congratulations.
Josie Tinamarie, thank you so much. And
Thank
also
you so
congratulations on the restaurant too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to see the new show you're coming out with.
Yes.
With live and
We'll-
video.
We'll have you on.
Yeah, well, also I'll be there with the buzzer.
Yeah.
Or Tina Marie can be there with the buzzer for me in case I do something.
In case you're busy that day, we got you.
But I tell you what, you got to be a part of this show. All the artists are coming in for this from around the world, 40 countries. So nice to have you back on the show. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us on.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, we just love you.
The Rocket Review is sponsored by Why Not Saloon.